right, let's move on to NFL. It is finally here, our first game since February. And Prince of the City says anything Philly except food is a mistake. You're right. Use a cheesesteak right now. All right, NFL. How exciting is this? We have made it. We are here. Thursday Night Football, a rematch. A rematch of the divisional round playoffs, which was one of the most wild games you could possibly imagine, with that huge deficit the Chiefs found themselves in and then getting back so easily. And look at this shit. Wow. Money coming in fast on the Chiefs. Opened at 10, went down to 9. Still at 9 at some books, but it looks like that's changing in a hurry. A. Hilly on KC Houston under 55. Walla Walla Dose looking for team totals. I can tell you the team totals right here. Wow. So no chance of an 8.5, clearly. This is going up. The full team totals are the Texans at 21.5 and the Chiefs at 32.5. That Chiefs team total is juiced to the over. And can we get a first half team total here? Here we go. First half. Let's get first half team total. 16.5 for the Chiefs. Wow, 16.5 for the Chiefs. That seems like it's very possible. Talk Sports with JT says no Clowney, no Hopkins. Let's break this down. First NFL game since February. So it opened at 10, as I said, bet down to 9. Now we have 9.5s on the board. Total opened up at 55. Now we're sitting with 54s across the board. 54s across the board. There were 54.5s, now 54s. All right. So one of the toughest places to possibly play Arrowhead, and now there's going to be 17,000 fans. So this is one of the handful of teams that's allowed to have fans, which is pretty crazy right now. Birdie says, I will give you all an in-game look. Wasn't that incredible last year? Chiefs were 5-0 straight up and down by 10 points. Unbelievable. Walla Walla Doe says, yeah, not playing a side or total lean. KC under, just looking for a prop. Or that KC first half team total over. It does seem vulnerable, that 16.5. And Black Rogue says, O'Brien is an idiot. How is he still employed? I agree. Beach Boss, Chiefs first half -6. And JL taking the points with the Texans. All right. So the capacity is capped at 22%. So there'll be 17,000 fans there. Now we have a Texans team that has no DeAndre Hopkins and no Carlos Hyde. So can a healthy David Johnson replace Carlos Hyde? I find that very difficult to believe. Very difficult to believe. Can Brandon Cooks and Randall Cobb replace DeAndre Hopkins? Even that. I mean, I'm not, no disrespect to Cooks and Cobb, but DeAndre Hopkins is spectacular. Then we have a new defensive coordinator in Anthony Weaver, new special teams coach in Tracy Smith. So can you expect Anthony Weaver, a new coach with no exhibition, to shut down the Chiefs? I don't see how. And CT Bay saying Cooks might not play. So there was going to be all this negative energy in this locker room, but then they extend Watson for $160 million. So the Chiefs give Mahomes an enormous contract. They take care of Chris Jones and Travis Kelce, and then they don't have anything else. So they can't bring in free agents. They do pick Edwards-Helaire first round. He's going to start at running back. He's a beast. Then they have players opt out. The big one is our Canadian, Laurent Duvernay-Tardif. So he, with the COVID crisis happened where we got just, and I'm sure it was the same in the States, but It was our long-term care facilities. All our senior centers got just completely destroyed, and especially in Quebec. And so that's where he went. He went right and started working because he's a doctor. He went right and started working in these long-term care facilities. And he's also going to be going to Harvard for part of this time. So he's taking the season off. He's beloved up here in Canada. So he's off. Who else? Breland and Mike Pennell are suspended for the start of the season. Okay, so now let's go into like trends and how we see this game banging out. So the Chiefs 5th overall, 28.2 points per game. The weak point of the Texans last year, which is why they brought in the new coordinator, is they were 30th in the NFL with yards after catch. So you have this terrible yards after catch football team. You have the Chiefs that are incredible with their receivers' yards after catch. You have a new defensive coordinator in the Texans. You have no exhibition season. And then we go to these Super Bowl champs starting the season at home. Now, I know it's not going to be a big party because of the virus and because there's only 17,000. It's going to look strange. But those Super Bowl champions starting the season are 14-2 straight up, 11-4-1 against the spread. So, all that being said, I'm going to take the Chiefs. And I'm with Dutch Boy Fresh here. JL says Watson ain't scared. Watson's incredible. I mean, how do you not love Deshaun Watson? You don't love football if you don't love Watson. But you take away DeAndre, you give him these two guys. So Birdie has a good point. Says this will be the healthiest the Houston D will be this year. But he's not on this game at all. Okay. But he's leaning Houston points and the under. They have a healthy J.J. Watt. But to me, this Chiefs team is too good. And a defensive coordinator. So one thing that why we like unders to start the year is because the defense is always further ahead than the offense. But now we have a defense on the Texan side with a brand new defensive coordinator who did not get a chance to roll out the defense. He's only seen it in practice. Hey, Hilly, interesting point there. Dennis Garcia saying Watson is great. He's incredible. And I'm going to get in on this -9. I understand the -6. I don't want to double up, but that's a pretty big first half. I also think that the Chiefs 16.5 team total in the first half is appealing. Again, I don't want to double up here. Bleds W says, I see Chiefs winning by 3 in a tight game. Big Frank is going to take Texans first half team total over. I do like that 16.5. 2 touchdowns in the field goal, and you get this team total over with the new defensive coordinator. Then they can run the ball and kind of slow it down in the second half. Brady says it's not a game you want a bunch of money on. I agree. And Dennis Garcia, interesting point here with the coaches, says, I wanted to take Houston, but Reed versus O'Brien with 5 months to prepare is a huge mismatch. There's Juan Ruiz. Great to see you, Juan. Glenn Man says, what about KC team total over? Prince of the City. Spendy Penny Bomb saying Bill O'Brien is so bad. And Anthony Daly are looking at 272.5 passing yards with Deshaun Watson. John Garcia going with the Super Bowl hangover trend. Well, the Super Bowl champs are 14-2 in their last 16 openers. And 11-4-1 against the spread. Now, generally, the spread with the Super Bowl champs aren't quite this high. But I don't know if that trend exists, John. Tommy Bolt says Chiefs start slow, though, especially with no – and I don't want to double up. Ixnizzle, Jimbo Slice, NFL play of the day, Chiefs Texans, first quarter over 10. Wow. First quarter over 10. Wow. I'm going to see if I can get that. Just give me alternative totals. Let me see if first quarter totals 10. 10 is wildly low. It is. It's 10. I guess the problem is that 10. Glenn Lehman says 58% chance of showers in KC. CT Bay says Watson is the quarterback you want for a backdoor cover. First quarter over 10. How bad are these offenses going to be early? Big Franco says it might be 10 for a reason. Yeah, I can understand that. Two touchdowns is not. George Wood says mixed extra point. Don't want that 10. Okay, I'm starting off my NFL season. Maybe this is believed to be a square, but I'm making one bet here. I'm betting on the Chiefs -9. And it's funny that the money's coming in on the Chiefs because the way it looked like there might even be an 8.5 at some point. All right, Chiefs -9, full game. That's how I'm starting off my NFL season.